Yeah, Roger. Yeah, there's a pretty good radio show on here. Hi. Some guys were funny earlier, but there's often some comedy to be had, so it's rather entertaining. And a lot of the repeaters down here in Lauderdale during the day they're dead. Well, I guess it's not work day anymore now. It's getting after 6:30 p.m. But anywho, yeah, it's rather entertaining. I like it. That's why I keep coming back. And yeah, when 6 meters comes back up, I'd like to hear about that, because we can try that one when the propagation we'll let that work as well.
Yeah, Roger, I guess when 10 meters is good, so is 6 meters for the most part anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm right, but it seems like every time I look at my Google Earth and turn the weather thing on, when we have sporadic E and 6 meters and 10 meters are open, really hot, there seems to be a lot of clouds over Florida, or a lot of clouds over the eastern United States somewhere.
Hey, put in my zip code, you see where I live. 465. When you look at the street view, there's a little thing that says "Welcome to Pine Hill."
What does it say? Welcome to Partyville?
No, that'd be Woodstock. Pine Hill. A lot of pine hills around here. I'm right across the street from the Bel Air Ski Resort. Look down with Google Earth, you see the lake where my daughter just went swimming. She just left a few minutes ago. Across the street from me, there's a park. But we're way up here in the mountains, man.
You're not so wet and matty and nasty anymore. You're getting soft and sweet.
Yeah, Roger, I'm trying to coordinate keeping in Echolink to press my space bar for the transmit, and getting it QRZ, because I was going to ask you what's your call sign again, because that'll tell me where you're at. What's your call sign again? This is KA4UVX, by the way. Kilo Alpha 4 Uniform Delta X-ray. Back to you.
KB2, Charlie's X Jump. KB2CXJ. Thanks out. In fact, I remember looking on the Google Street, and last year I was working on my Buick Grand National in front of my house, and I was working underneath. I was working on the headers and the linkage for the P&M shifter, and had it jacked up on one side was on a jack stand, and the Google Streets caught that as they drove by. It looked so cool. The car looks like it's popping a wheelie with no one in it.
And that actually showed up on the Google Streets. That's cool. I never seen anything exciting happening around here on the Google. Well, the street thing doesn't actually go on my street, so it can't show my antenna, and that's terrible. They go out here on the main 4-lane roadway, and they've got pictures out there, and you can swing the camera around and look down towards the house here, but you can't like get any closer than that.
They did the same thing here. They went along Route 28, which is like the main road. I live on a dead-end street. They didn't even bother going down there. But I'm like the first house on the road, so as they were passing by on 28, I got a good shot of it.
Yeah, I got my first look from outer space on Google Earth. You're out in the woods there. I don't know if your address is that correct on QRZ, but generally when we have that kind of trees around, you have bigger house lots, and you have better places to put antennas than what I got here. Boy, I tell you what, ain't no room here to put nothing.
Man, that really sucks. In this hobby, you need a lot of room to stretch out antennas.
Yeah, that's for sure. My HF/6 meter antennas are ground mounted vertical, and so far haven't decided to do the adventure of raising it off the ground and putting it on a pole, roof mounted kind of thing, pole or mast or tower or whatever, to get it up higher. Too much of a pain to do that. You need like 3 or 4 people to help you do it. And I don't have 3 or 4 people, and I don't have oh well, anyway, it's a future possible project, but before I even do that, I might just change to something else, like multi-band horizontal beam or whatever, rather than sticking the vertical up any higher. Works pretty good on the ground though, with the way I got it, surprisingly, especially after I added the ground radials that they tell you have to have. I argued that it's working, but then after I started putting them, I'm up to 6 now, and I probably could put more. Once I started putting them, it got a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. I could see that happening, of course. Yeah, well, you can't knock it, because I gotta say, most of the people who come in here on 10 meters are from Mississippi, from Kentucky, from anywhere. They're in their mobile. So I guess you could say their antenna's on the ground too. Like, the higher you get it, the better it's gonna work. So you get it up on the roof there, you're probably gonna be very happy with the result.
Yeah. And the other thing is have a friend or two on 80 meters. And if you really want to play 80 meters, which some people would say is the CB radio of ham radio, if you really want to play 80 meters, it's not really like DX, it's not really like skip, it's not really like what you do on 20 meters or 40 meters even, or whatever. It's more like a gentleman's club, or whatever kind of guy's club you want to call it. But you got to have a horizontal antenna that doesn't really push the signal far away, not like trying to talk to France or something like that, although they probably can. Near vertical incident skywave or something like that, I've heard. Anyway, you got to have like a dipole antenna, and those guys run power. Those guys, the ones that chat a lot, they're 400 or 500 watts plus. Anyway, back to you, K4UDX.
80 meters, 500 watts is QRP. Yeah, definitely. I had my 80 meters dipole also had a couple 40 meters traps in it, so I could use it on both 80 and 40. It was really long. That thing was over 75 feet long. I had it up in some really giant trees. It must have been 70 feet off the ground.